Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check, check, check.
It's turbo time.
Spot auction, motherfucker!
It's turbo time.
Fans, I apologize for the late start. It's been one of those multiple weeks. So we'll talk about all that. But I'm glad to be back in front of you. Turbo Tuesday back out for the first time in 3 weeks. This week we include, obviously, tonight's show, 101 with Josh tomorrow. Gia is somewhere in Los Angeles doing whatever she does, so there'll be no last call. We'll be 101 tomorrow. He's got a lot of cool items that we just got back from Vegas, which, again, I'll talk about extensively. Sign It Live with Speedball at 5 p.m. on Thursday, followed up with VGT to close the week out. That is our fiscal week. WrestleCon. Let me just quickly go, guys. I'm embarrassed. I want to apologize. There's really no way to sugarcoat it. We did a terrible job. I'm going to have to look at some things and reevaluate how we do things in the future. The things did not go according to plan during WrestleCon for the mail-ins or after we got back. It is what it is. The actual convention, if you were there, I think it ran smoothly. That logistics part went well. The signings did not. A lot of mistakes, a lot of things missed, a lot of errors made, and I'm going to have to look into that a little more thoroughly going forward. And then to make matters worse, the whole plan was to ship everything while we were there. The 4 of us that stayed up practically all night on Sunday night after Mania, we shipped most of the mail-ins, couldn't even touch the actual orders, didn't even get a chance to touch. And then we had to pack up because we lost the space, and we came back with it. The truck did not get back until late Friday night. We didn't unpack it until yesterday. So we started shipping items starting yesterday. But I would say 75% of the WrestleCon orders, like not mail-ins, WrestleCon orders, still haven't gone out. There'll be a bunch tonight that go out. There should be about 150 to 200 tonight. Hopefully we'll have at least 150 to 200 tomorrow. My goal is that we'll have everything out by Friday. And that's embarrassing because that's 2 weeks late. The Will Ospreay, if you've paid, we've shipped, right? Is that correct, Tommy?
Except for people that had like combines with other shit. But
okay, so that week we're like throwing up to the front, but the WrestleCon's a mess. We're finding out that items that we thought were signed are not signed. We're finding out items that were oversold, none of those are signed. And those were supposed to be the first things to get signed. So, that's frustrating. And I know we have orders for it.
10-4.
No, we have orders. Because I know we did. Yeah, just entire boxes of things that we were told were signed, just not signed. It's just I don't even know what to say. So it's frustrating. Yes, Flores, the Fitterman line. I'm not even going to discuss that. So, anyways, we got a lot of good stuff today. I think next week is actually going to be a stronger show because I didn't want to pull anything that I'm at the risk of selling out. So I have a lot of cool items, but I've really just showcased some items that I know I got a ton of and give you guys first shot at it. So without much further ado, actually, let me talk about no guest next week. So Zack Sabre Jr. was supposed to be our guest next week. New Japan actually added 2 dates for him in Japan, so he does not have time to fly to Charlotte before he has to go to Los Angeles. So we've agreed to table that to later in the summer. Rather than put another guest on next week at the last minute, I want my staff to catch up. I need to clean up this office. This office is a mess. It's disorganized, and next week a lot of people are going to be very unhappy with the amount of work that we have to do inside this office. So no guests next week, but coming back, we're going to get things back to normal, starting with Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport's going to be doing her first ever Sign It Live with us in studio. We're going to follow that up with first time ever guest in studio, the Insane Clown Posse. Don't even test my knowledge of Insane Clown Posse. I don't know it, but I understand there's a market for it. I've met both guys. They're both big fans of wrestling, so they support wrestling. I want to support them. They're in concert in Charlotte, so we're gonna do something while we're in town. We have finally come to terms with Thunder Rosa, who will be our guest at the end of the month, and then the beginning of June, we have Bret the Hitman Hart. So that is basically our next 4 guests, of course, following this week's Mike Speedball Bailey, who some of the cool items that we have in addition to pictures, we have this mini turnbuckle pad here, and then just added, I think this morning or last night, we are making some of his headbands. So first time ever headbands will be available this time. So if that's something that interests you, please go to highspotsauctions.com and grab your Speedball Mike Bailey items. He will be in studio signing live at 5 p.m. on Thursday. And then the guru, Tommy Thomas, will have about 10 minutes with him at 7 o'clock. I don't know if he's bringing any auction items. We'll find out. But he will be here. That's all I know. And if you've had an issue with any issues at all related to WrestleCon stuff, mail-ins or whatever, one thing I will ask is if you would kindly write the High Spots page. I love you. I love you guys. I do. And I appreciate the friendships I have with many of you. But when you send it to me, it just pisses me off because it's my personal Facebook page and I hire 14 people to handle the workload of handling these issues. The people that got it signed, the people who ship, the people who invoice, those are the people that I have to send it to. I wasn't at the signings. I didn't do the shipping. So when you ask me about resolving these issues, all I'm doing is forwarding it on to other people. So don't waste your time. If you want to send me a friendly message and just let's correspond, let's talk wrestling, let's talk sports, let's talk life. But if you have an issue with anything at all that has to do with High Spots, please send it to the High Spots page. So Jeff can start there, can filter it out on an as-needed basis. It'll get to the right person. Sometimes that'll be me. Most of the time it won't. All right? I've said what I said, and let's move on. I appreciate everybody who was at WrestleCon. I hope you had a great time. I know that we had a great time putting it on. And in a week or two, we'll start to think about New Jersey, but not now. Brett will do inscriptions, but it's going to come at a very hefty price. You may not like it, but it will be an option, and you'll see that on the drop very soon. All right, is that everything I got? We ready to go? I got to scratch the very first item because we don't even know if we got it signed. So let me start with the second one. Saraya, Hell in Boots. This is a signed copy of her book. The signature is her signature. Not beautiful, but if you'd like to get a signed, witness certified copy of her book, not on one of those little page plates, book plates that we talk about. It's actually signed book. It's JSA witness certified. I love it. No more coupons, at least for that round. They have these QR codes now. I really don't like them. I think they're kind of ugly. So I don't know. I may actually start putting these on the back of items because I really don't like how they look. But if you'd like to get this signed copy of Saraya's Hell in Boots, we do have some available right now for just $40 each. Find a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Find the 8x10?
Yeah, we have the 8x. It's from the first time.
Huh?
It's from the first time.
This is from the first
Yeah,
time?
we just reprinted that. So we're okay.
So all the ones we printed, we did not get.
We did not get, but we do have some if you want.
All right, I've already passed it. It's fine.
Okay, 10-4.
So if you'd like to start us off tonight by saying sold Saraya $40, you can do so and get one of your signed copies of Saraya's book. She was our featured guest on Thursday at WrestleCon. Really, really surprised how well everything went. I heard some horror stories about some things, and she could not have been more of a delight to work with. We got to work on her signature. Not the best signature, but, it is what it is. So sold Saraya $40. All right, Nancy Trexler, first to pick it up. Yeah, Joe, I watched her sign about 1,000 pieces, and it is what it is. So, it's one of the things that I thought about actually bringing her into the studio. And honestly, after seeing her signature, I've decided against it. Just because I don't like the signature. And I know a lot of you don't like the signature because when you got him in the mail, you sent me personal messages about it. But that is her signature. It is what it is. And it's probably going to cost her a sign it live. So there you go. But if you'd like to get one of these copies of her book, I know you can get book plate versions, but this is the only one that I'm aware of that is signed on the book. It has a JSA witness cert with it. You can get it for just $40 tonight. It's a little better than Seth Rollins. Come on, Mark. A little better. All right, next item I have is an 8x10 of one of our many guests at WrestleCon, none other than Mr. Bloodsport, Josh Barnett. He was part of the Combat Icons grouping that was there. They had a great display. This is the first time I've ever had a Josh Barnett autograph to sell, so I wanted to go ahead and put it out there. The first time I had a chance, you can get one of these. I have 9 of these left. You can get this by saying sold Josh Barnett, $40. All right, Joel Gavin, you're in on a Soraya book as well. Nope, we did not do a signing with Evil at all, unfortunately, Carlos. We wanted to do a signing with all of the New Japan talents, and that's a story for another day. Let's just say they're very protective of their talents, so we were unable to procure any of the Stardom ladies or Evil. All right, Brian Beasley picked up a Josh Barnett. That's 1. I got 8 remaining. You can get this by saying sold Barnett, just $40. One of the items that I was most excited about coming back from, because when we came back from Indianapolis, we had an item that sold like crazy. And I think this one will as well, because quite frankly, this thing is completely sold out. And the only way you're going to get it is by getting it tonight. But Jade Corrales picked up Josh Barnett. That is leaves me with probably 7, right? Because I had 9 minus 2. 7 Josh Barnetts, if you'd like to grab one of these. All right, what I will consider my featured item of the day is none other than a major figures, big rubber guys, exclusive released at WrestleCon, Harley Race bloody version that I'm going to sell tonight for $60. This is one of 500. They basically sold out in Vegas. They do not have any left. They tried to buy them back from me, and I said, no dice. My fans get first crack. So you will get first crack. Whatever we don't sell tonight and maybe through Thursday, maybe I'll sell back to the majors, and then they could sell it. But if you want to get one of these right now, you can get one of these Harley Big Rubber Guy WrestleCon exclusive, one of 500 for just $60. It's gorgeous. And I'm so glad they brought one of my very favorite wrestlers of all times as one of the WrestleCon exclusives. All right, let's see. We got Joe Ram. I got Vinny Cardenas. Lacey, LA Knight works for WWE, so I can't legally advertise or do legally any LA Knight signings. I'll just say that. Mark McAdams picked up a Harley. Teddy Calger picked up a Harley. Michael Chavez. Jill Valentine, Brian Beasley, Carlos V, Vincent Abate, Ruben Tello, Joseph Taylor, Alan Rodak, Joseph Sanchez, Tristan Johnson, Chris Cohn, Jason Kinney, Pablo Chavez, Rich Chapman, Sean McGilray, Billy Familero, Travis Early, Joel Gavin, Vincent Abate. All right, I think I'm caught up.
23.
How many did I have?
69.
Okay.
So the majors brought some people from their group.
Okay.
It's maybe their first time at High Spots Auctions.
Oh,
What do they
okay.
need? What do they need to make sure that they
Great,
can play
guys.
this?
If you're brand new to this and that makes sense, a few extra people in the room, I need you to have a highspotsauctions.com account. It's super fast. It's super easy to create one. Just go to highspotsauctions.com, put in your name, your email address. Starting tomorrow at 12 noon, assuming your name matches up to what's on here, Jeff will do invoicing, and he will send you an invoice. You don't even need to pay it right away. If you'd like to combine and get some more great items this week, if you get to $100, you get free shipping in domestic United States. Also, if we do love it when you do pay when you're finished with your week. You know, you can combine what happens on tonight's show, what happens on tomorrow's show, what happens on Thursday, including Speedball Bailey, all together to get to $100. But once you're complete and you know you're done shopping for the week, if you pay it, we'll start shipping on Monday. We will be shipping this week's orders on Monday, but if for some reason money's a little tight, we actually give you a few extra days. You get until the following Thursday at 12 noon. So for those, we always have some people, I guess they get paid on Thursday or they just want to wait to the very end. That's fine. 12 noon next Thursday is the cutoff to pay for anything purchased tonight. All right, Joel Gavin was the last name I called, and then Vincent Abate, Don Rhodes, Adam Del Gross, all added a Harley. I'm pretty sure that whatever we have left, Tommy will want to sneak on his show on Thursday. But the numbers of this are much less than the Dusty, so I do expect that we will sell out this week. But if not, if we have any extras, I'll be happy to send them back to the majors and let them sell it to everyone that is looking for it. So, but I'm glad we were able to get a few and sell a few to our people. It's one of the cool things about doing these conventions is you get some of the exclusives. Speaking of unsigned figures, another one of the great vendors that participated at WrestleCon was Zombie Sailor, and of course we've been buying their stuff from day one. I'm a really big fan of their figures. They're out of almost every figure they sell. They do really smart. They do great stuff. They sell enough that they basically don't have to reprint, don't have to sit on inventory. But he did bring every remaining figure that he had to WrestleCon, and he sold a lot. And what he didn't sell, he sold to us. So right now I'm going to show you 3 figures that are completely sold out and have been sold out for a while. But I'm going to sell you tonight for just $70 each. That's right, you heard me. Just $70 each. If you go on eBay and you see what these are going for, you'll realize that $70 is an amazing offer. So I've got 3 tag sets that I'm going to show you tonight. All of these are just $70 each. On the left there, I have Public Enemy. You can get this by saying sold Public Enemy $70. The one in the middle, Paul Roma and Hercules Hernandez, you can get that, which is one of 1,500. You can get that by saying sold Roma Hercules $70. And the one on the right, the bloody version, this is one of 2,000, I think. I don't know. Sold out. Nick Gage, Matt Cardona, bloody as bloody can get. Talking about that great match they had when he became officially a deathmatch wrestler. You can get that 2-pack as well for just $70. So you can get Public Enemy for $70. You can get Power and Glory for $70. Or you can get Deathmatch Wrestling here for $70 each. Again, all of these are completely gone in the inventory. Go on eBay. Look up what these sell for in the wild now, if you have them, and just thank me later for selling it to you at cost. That's all I'll have to say. And if you're not a fan of non-signed figures, I get it. But if you're a fan of these and you missed them in the beginning, you will unlikely ever see them for this kind of price again. So Teddy Cowgirl picked up Power and Glory right there, $70. I'll let this run a little longer. So many people jumped on the Harley. Thought there'd be a good time to show these off as well. I know they're a bit older, so some people do have them. But again, all 3 of these are completely sold out on Zombie Sailor. So if you missed your chance by getting it on their first run, you get one more chance to get it at cost now. Sold Public Enemy $70, sold Power and Glory $70, sold Deathmatch $70. Yeah, you can get Paul to sign it. Actually, Paul's doing a signing with our competitor, which, he might see a couple of these. And, of course, these are still available to get signed. Public Enemy, of course, is not. So if you just collect figures, you collect figures. All right, Scott Williams picked up a Nick Gage and Cardona. I will tell you, I'm selling this for $70. Do you know what that sold for when it was brand new?
A lot more than that.
$99. $99.
Big Steak wants you to know that Hercules Hernandez was involved in Boogie Jam '84, where Boogie Woogie Man unmasked him during the match.
Oh, that's the first thing I think of when I think of Hercules' career. Hey, Tommy, I know you like doing this. Go to eBay for me and just tell me what some of these are listed for. Vico Garcia picked up a Power and Glory, $70. Everyone thinks of that?
What do you think?
I probably think about his WWE run, like most people. That's probably what I think of.
What about it?
Tristan Johnson picked up Power and Glory as well. Seems to be the biggest one of the 3. All right.
They're getting a deal.
Okay, so just read a random price that you see there.
Well, I mean, they're kind of hard to find, Michael.
I know they're hard
So
to find.
I'm saying, as in, they're getting a deal because you can't really find them.
You don't see any of them?
I've seen one person that has one,
Oh, okay.
and that was it. So,
All right, well, I will leave these up. If you were watching on replay, we do have these available. I'm sure we'll eventually put these on the site. All right, I see Robert Lenton picked up 2 Power and Glories. Very good. All right, moving on. Just a review item, because I never got to do his review officially. X-Pac, he was our guest the Thursday before we left for Mania Weekend. And obviously the star of that show was his Funko Pop, which I still have now, JSA Witness Certified. X-Pac, who's now, I guess, a member of TNA's roster. Who knows? I don't know. It's probably a one-off spot. He lives right down the street. But if you missed your chance, 3 weeks ago to get this, you can get one right now. X-Pac Funko for just $80. $80 for an X-Pac Funko by saying sold. X-Pac Funko, $80. I won't belabor on that very long because I know Tommy put it up on his show since I didn't get to do a review. But hey, I just figured if you missed your chance, you like these brand new Funkos, there's your chance to get one now. JSA Witness Certified X-Pac Funko with the Suck It inscription for just $80. Kobe Winter Boyle, thank you very much. He picked up one of the X-Pac Funkos. Give this just 2 more minutes. I know I'm on a strict 90. See if I can even get through it today. One of my favorite pieces from WrestleCon. All right, Ricky Adams Jr. Thank you so much.
Tell him to try again.
Oh, you got to put sold item price. Ricky, just redo it, and I got you. Lacey Lucarini, you're in for a X-Pac Funko. Alex Martinez, Tyler Gowan, all picking up the X-Pac Funko. Sam Smith, it's like it's a brand new item. All right, going. All right, Stephen Tyndall picking up 2 of the Harley Big Rubber guys. Thank you so much. Moving forward to the next item, even though I hate to walk away for some sales, but they're still moving. This might be my favorite piece. And you're thinking like, really? You think so? Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why. First of all, this match was amazing, right? No doubt about it. Timeless Tony Storm, the Glamour Mariah May full signature in a authentic AEW Revolution poster. How about that? All the things that you would want on this poster, all right there. All right, Ricky Adams, you're in. Mike Schaefer is in. All for Funko. This piece I'm selling for $109. You're thinking, why? Well, it's dual signed, it's witness certified, and you show me where you get inscription and full signature Mariah May and Timeless Tony Storm full signature. I told them to go nuts. I paid extra to Mariah to do that signature. She actually had her agent with her, and I had to negotiate all those extras, but it's worth it because this piece is phenomenal. All right, Steven Tyler. This is an 11 by 17 poster. Is that right?
Yeah, close enough.
Well, not close enough. What is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 11 by 17.
Here, I can tell you if it's a 17 or a 14 because this is a 14. 11 by 17 for sure. 11 by 17 poster. All right, couple more came in. This is, not only did Steven Tyler, we have Stephen Reft, Matt Carroll, Richard Howe, Frank Cicero, Gus Velasquez, Vinny Cardenas. Mariah is WWE bound. That is the rumor. That is the rumor. And if she is, as you know, the signature will get infinitely harder to get. So keep that in mind if you're sitting on the sidelines thinking about it. All right, David Santonos. Did I do that right? Santonos? David, correct me if I'm wrong. Tristan Johnson, Alex Serrano, Vinny Cardenas, Adam Clemens, Brandon Stark, Sierra Miller, Alexander Sharp.
I have to count these, Mike.
No, we had about 20 extra. We should be fine. Did you not see 20 extra?
Okay, I'm going by what you say.
I mean, when I got them signed personally, I know how many we had.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm going by what you say.
I will say this.
We sold 15 of them.
I signed. I did one signing in Vegas. Me, one signing. I did Mariah May.
Of course you pick Mariah.
Well, no, because it was coming at the very end, and I knew how important it was. Mike C. picking one up. Tim Campbell, Joe Zarate, Ricky Adams picking up 2 Harley.
17.
I think we're good. I think she signed like 25, and then we had a couple of orders, right? So I don't know how many orders you pulled. You've been pulling them. All right. Well, we'll hold off there. Tom is sweating it. So all right. The item that we sold the most of on all our pre-orders. Showing it to you now. So I know a lot of you got it, but a lot of you probably didn't. Here it is. This was the single biggest selling item of the entire drop. You ready? Taking it out of its Defender case. The Great Muta Ultimate Figure. It's JSA Witness Certified Great Muta. 109. 109. That is the price for now. It'll go up. Sold Great Muta. 109. I know many of you ordered it. I understand. All of them were signed, I believe, in green. Yes. We let Muta pick. Muta picked green. We tried a couple of other colors. The white didn't pop the way it usually does on these Ultimates. So we went with green. And he loves the color green. It's part of his character. All right, Vinny Cardenas picked up 2 Harleys. All right, Josh Flynn, Johnny Poda, Sean Lowry, Cameron Dry, Drew Odell, Rich Williams, David Furla, David Santonis, Joe Fisher, Brandon Young. Tristan says, give me another Harley. Ruben Tello, Sam Smith. And before you ask, we do not have any extra chase. This is the only Muta Ultimate that you'll see. Matt Carroll, Jason Miles, you just joined us. Here's how you pay. The first thing you need to have is a highspotsauctions.com account. It's super fast, free to create. And then all you need to do, follow the instructions that everyone else is doing. Sold item price. We'll start invoicing tomorrow, 12 noon. Yes, that is a mist that's coming out of his mouth. And yes, Lewis, that is the new JSA. Now, I will tell you that our local guy, John, still has the old style, but this was the first time the new style is around. You can see the QR code. There's no more coupons. So if you see that QR code, just there's no more coupons. Again, I don't love the way this looks. I don't like how it looks. So I'm probably going to start hiding once we get to the point we do that. This is going to start going on the underside. The guy that did these, because he's following the rules, it's signed on the plastic. The sticker has to go on the plastic. I get some of my guys locally to bend the rules to do what I want, but I had to do what they wanted on this one.
Just throw them under the bus.
Hey, that's why. People want to know. I'm not throwing them on the bus. That's the truth.
I like the QR code because now I don't have to spend all day searching for one damn code.
I get that. I like that part a lot. I do like that part a lot. All right, Jim Rose bought a Muta. Harold Kelly bought a Harley. Chad Everhart got a Muta. Okay, you're asking what the Harley was. The Big Rubber Guy Harley Race. This was a WrestleCon exclusive release. They did 500 of these, and we ended up, per our agreement, with about 10% of them, and we're selling them tonight.
Zoom out, man.
Let me zoom out. So there you go. It's obviously not signed. I know there's places around the internet that you could probably get this signed, but not here. Harley Race, 1 of 500, Big Rubber Guy, Bloody Version, WrestleCon released exclusive. Thank you very much for the Major Brothers trusting us with their releases.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people on there now selling those signed and paint pens, brand new.
I'm sure. And there's the great Great Muta Ultimate. Again, our single biggest seller of the entire weekend. So I figured a lot of people already had it. All right, Justin Frazier. David, I did see your 3. You're good. Stephen Garcia, if it didn't go through, you're in. All right. I think Andrew Oakley picked up the Harley. All right. I'm going to move on because there are other things to sell. Speaking of Ultimates, one last review before we put it on the website at a higher price. The Seth Rollins Ultimate, which also got released right before we left. We have it in 2 colors. We have it in blue. We have it in yellow. I'm going to do it for the same price we started it at, $109. Andrew Oakley, you're in on Muda. So if we purchase on the website, it's guaranteed. That's correct, Justin. If you order that item from the website, as I mentioned, we have not completed our shipping. I think you did pull most of the Mudas today, right?
I pulled a lot of Mudas.
So
today.
I would say 9 out of 10. If you ordered a Muda, you'll get a tracking number tonight when Daniel gets in and starts. And you'll start to see that. But anything from WrestleCon will be shipped this week. Anything you buy tonight, it will start shipping on Monday. Josh Flynn, welcome. I need you to, Tommy will respond to you. You need to go to highspotsauctions.com, create an account. You can do it right after the show if you'd like. You just won't be able to bid on anything if you don't have an active account. But you make an account at highspotsauctions.com and we bill through there. All right, so if you look, the blue is in a case. The yellow is not. Seth Rollins Ultimate 109. Tommy, what did you think about Paul Heyman joining up with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker? I mean, I feel like Seth didn't need a guy to talk for him.
I mean, they're making a stable, but I called that. I predicted that.
I think
heard me predict it live on air.
I think a lot of people predicted it, but when we see it in person, it was still shocking. Still shocking. Thomas Nichols, maybe in the future we will get something like that. I probably will have one more crack at Muda at the end of the summer. But what we have now is really cool as well. And you'll start to see more of the Muda items. You know, instead of doing a big review today like we usually do post WrestleCon, I decided I'm going to start taking one item from each per show, kind of like drag it out a little bit. That way not everybody has to make the decision right now. So for the show tomorrow, no, Gerald, we do not typically do a preview on Last Call. I mean, he might, but typically not. You just have to watch and enjoy. All right, so no love for Seth. Main event, Seth Rollins beating up everybody at WrestleMania. Now in the main event position. That figure at WWE World was like twice that, just so you know. I think it was like 180. So do with that what you want. All right, I have 2 more items, and then we're going to move on to my 2s. So the second to last item I have in my featured. Of course, if you were there, you saw the line, you saw the chaos for none other than the scariest man in the world, Mike Tyson, who signed some boxing gloves for us. These are JSA Witness certified as well. There he is, Mike Tyson in all his glory. If you'd like to get a signed Mike Tyson glove, which we will probably put in a box like this, you can do so by saying sold Tyson glove 149. It was nice meeting a lot of you. Tyson glove 149. I heard a rumor.
Yes, thank you.
I heard a rumor that Tommy might have whatever leftover Tyson Funkos on Thursday's show. Brian Beasley, you could reach out to us. I have 1 or 2 left. Magnus Leisure, the WrestleCon swag is minimal. Very minimal. We actually, hey, I'll ask this. Do we come home with any shirts?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah. Here's what we did, guys. Every year I come home with these shirts and then I try to sell them. We sell 1 or 2. We had some left over, and there was a dance group, cheerleading group, whatever it was, set up next to us, and they were a great partner dealing with our lines all weekend. So I gave them a gift. I said, girls, go at it. Grab yourself a T-shirt.
Also, because we only had like 3 sizes left.
And they were all kind of small.
They were all like small and then 5X.
Yeah. So the girls like snatched them up like it was, I don't want to say that because these are young girls. I don't want to say like it was crack. Like it was, give me, what do the young girls like?
Crack.
They don't like crack. What do young girls like? What would they grab? Like a TikTok video. All over it.
Like Billie Eilish tickets.
Yes, like that. All right, Jason Chavez. you got a Tyson glove. Mikey Jr., you got a Tyson glove. Wilson Morris, not today. I got to make sure we have enough. That's one of the items that I don't have a lot, so I don't want to take a chance in selling it tonight if we need it for an order. I think next week I'll have a better idea. So the only item I have tonight for Tony Storm is that poster that was dual signed with Mariah. I will in the future weeks show you more Tony Storm items, but tonight that is the only item we have. All right, last call for Mike Tyson boxing glove at 149. Going. Last item in my featured section is none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now the cat's out of the bag. Now I won't be in trouble saying this. I had to be kind of evasive telling you when we were doing the signing because it was during WrestleMania weekend. He actually came to our hotel. We signed the items there. Wow, it was literally as our doors were opening. Could not have been a worse time. But we got it done. We worked around Steve's schedule. This particular Top Picks Elite figure goes for $229. It's JSA Witness certified. It'll come in a protective case. Sold Steve Austin, $229. You will see lots more Steve Austin items in the future. We got a lot of stuff signed. I mean, a lot of stuff signed. But I wanted to start off with an item that I don't think we had at the last signing because I think this figure came out since then. So this was on the drop. So you might have bought it already, but I am putting it out now because I really liked how it looked. Steven Garcia, I've got a very small Osprey review, and it's coming up here in just a few seconds. He did not pull up with his ATV, Joe. He did not run any of us over. None of the Sting figures, Doug, made it past the pre-orders, so I have none of the new ones. I will tell you that Sting will be a guest of ours in August, and I do hope to be able to do some more. Robert Elwell, not tonight. Again, I'm showing one item of each guy, so Tyson 8x10s were not the flavor. I was going with either the Hall of Fame print or I was going with the glove. I chose the glove. Maybe next week I'll go Hall of Fame. We'll see.
Willie, that is a napkin.
We will see. All right, last look at Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then once I get past this, we're going to move on to our twos. My favorite part of the show. Actually, no, I got to do the Osprey review real quick.
Why does your dog keep eating Post-it notes?
He's hungry. He's hungry. All right.
You just fed him.
I know. All right, here we go. A very, very short Will Ospreay review. I may do some more pieces in the future, but I just have so much stuff tonight. And quite honestly, the reviews the last couple of weeks have been underwhelming. So I'm going to put out what I feel are the coolest items. And of course, the coolest item has to start and probably end with Andy's Asylum, the metallic piece that he did for Will Ospreay. You see the metallic 8x10 on the left. You see the metallic 11x14 on the right. Same price as before. If you want to get the Asylum 8x10, it's $55. If you want to get the 11x14, it's $60. You can get this by saying sold Will $55, sold Will $60. This was what I feel to be the very best flat item that we sold. And I'm showing it tonight. I'm not going to show you any of the other 11x14s. I'm not going to show you any of the other 8x10s because every time I do these reviews, I feel like I'm just wasting our time. So I'm cutting back on the reviews and only going to start highlighting what I believe to be are the best of the best. So Will Ospreay, Andy Asylum for $55, the 8x10 on the left, the 11x14 on the right. Son, a beautiful silver paint pen. Nima Vaziri picking up the 8x10 on the left. Of course, these are JSA Witness certified as well. Last look at Andy's Asylum. Again, no other 8x10s or 11x14s are going to be shown tonight. Nope, no Steven, no Osprey posters are going to be shown tonight. All right, Brian Ledford also picking up one of these. I might show some in the future, but again, I'm not going to do an extensive review. People, I'm trying to get you to buy when the guy's here to get it exactly as you want. All right, Ashley Pezic also picking up the 8x10. And we had, Tommy, how many reviews in a row where I literally put out everything and nobody was buying? I was wasting 10 minutes.
Diana and Taya, like the 4 weeks before that.
Will and Penelope, Penelope and Kip. That was not a good review. Yeah, hasn't been a great review. All right, here we go. Next, I only have 3 of these left. I know most of the Turnbuckle fans buy them live, but I've got 3 of these left. Signed Billy Goat. So this was without the inscription 75. With inscription it's 85. So my 3 remaining turnbuckles signed Billy Goat, Will Ospreay, $85. Again, I only have 3. Typically on the review, the turnbuckles aren't huge sellers because I can almost name all the people that buy the turnbuckles on a weekly basis. But if you missed it and you want to collect a very rare piece, meaning that we're 14 of these in the world, you can get 3 of the 14 remaining right now by getting sold Will Ospreay, $85. Frankie Love, just write to Jeff and I will take care of you, but not on the show tonight. I came back with like 4 or 5 and they're unsigned. I do have one in the auctions tonight that's from the match that has some signatures. I'll do a auction on it. Seth is watching? Or did someone log into his account?
No, I think Seth's actually watching.
Wow. Very rare that Seth participates in any of our shows. All right, last look at the turnbuckle pad. Again, I got 3 of those remaining. All right, here we go. The figures from Will Ospreay. They're all JSA witness certified. I got a couple of options for you. You ready? I've got green Aerial Assassin, green Billy Goat, or white Aerial Assassin. Those are your 3 options. They're all selling now for $95 because they all have inscriptions. These will come in a Defender case. You can get sold Billy Goat, $95. Sold Aerial Assassin green, $95. Sold Aerial Assassin white, $95. Again, JSA witness certified, comes in a Defender case. This is the last item from the review I'm doing on Will Ospreay. If you want another item of Will Ospreay that we do not show, you could write to Jeff. Maybe he can help you out if you missed an item. But I'm not doing an extensive review anymore on this talent.
This guy named Rob Bahari's watching, by the way.
I can't believe he's awake. All right, Brian Ledford and Brandon Williams picking up the white Aerial Assassin first. Give this a few more minutes to run. You want to get a close-up? I don't know how well that shows up, but there's Billy Goat. There's Aerial Assassin in green. And then Aerial Assassin in white. Now, if those of you are in the market to potentially meet Will Ospreay, I will tell you in a couple of weeks when we start making our announcements for WrestleCon New Jersey, be on the lookout. Will Ospreay will be making his Northeastern debut at one of these shows. Well, since his AEW appearance at WrestleCon New Jersey. More details to come. All right, Steven Garcia picked up one of my 3 turnbuckles. Matt Carroll picked up the white figure. Cody Ray Vasquez picked up the green Assassin. Jim Rose picked up the white. Doug Hale picked up the white. A lot of people picking up the white on replay. Interesting. All right, 10 more seconds, and then I'll close the features up. We'll move to the Ospreay up, and we'll go on to my Turbo 2s, where there's... All right, Sean Lowry also picking up a white Will Ospreay. All right, guys, I got a lot of new names in the chat. Welcome. Thank you, wherever you came from. We appreciate it. It's how we continue to build our community. For those of you who don't know, maybe you just came for the one big rubber guy Harley Race figure. Here it is. You can get that by saying sold Harley Race $60. But we do these shows 3 times a week, every week. Sometimes we even do 4. But we do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Today is called Turbo Tuesday, where I try to go at a much faster pace than the other shows. Tomorrow, normally it's a last call hosted by Gia Miller. Gia's got some responsibilities for TNA in Los Angeles, so filling in for her on a 1-of-1 will be Mr. Amigo Josh. He'll be doing that. All right, Nate Lawson picking up the Harley race. And then on Thursday, Sign It Live, 5 p.m. with Speedball Mike Bailey. I just watched the tag match he had last week, off the charts with the Young Bucks and Mr. Knight. Very, very excited about seeing what Speedball has in store at AEW. He's in the best shape of his life. Speedball's always been great to high spots. He's always been part of the WrestleCon Super Show main events. And now he's on a national stage and getting paid what he deserves. So congratulations to Speedball. But he will be in studio with us for the first time on Thursday. You can go to highspotsauctions.com, grab your amazing items, turnbuckles, headbands, action figures, and even the very, very hard to find TNA action trading card. All right, Jason Penkakick picking up the green Aerial Assassin. It's a good thing I don't have to speak again until Thursday, because my voice is like on the verge of going. I think it's from yelling at everybody at the office for the last 3 days, just because so much stuff has not gone our way. I think that's what it's from. I'm not sure. But it's about to go. I think it's going to make it through the show, but that's about it. And it's funny, because the last time we had a big convention in Winston-Salem, I lost my voice as well. So it seems to be a consistent thing when I start yelling. All right, Tommy, let's see. Help me clean up here a little bit so I can get these 2s on the board. Let me trade this. I'll keep these auction items here. And reminder, guys, the beginning of the show, signed Soraya book, just $40. JSA Witness Certified. It's the only one I'm aware of that is signed on the actual book itself and not like a book plate. So that's pretty original.
Just keep it. You might show
Why don't you put it all in there? In that one bin that I just put up?
I will, but I'm just trying to...
All right. I'm just trying to make room.
Well, because if I put it down on the floor, then you're not going to have any room to walk.
Who needs to walk, Tommy?
You, when the show's up. No, keep that up there, because you're going to show it again later.
I'm going to show that.
You already know you will.
All right, here we go, guys. Here's how my 2s work.
It's turbo
We go
time.
lowest to highest price. There's only 2 of most of these items. There might be 3 in some. There's an X-Pac Funko for those of you who missed it. Goes lowest to highest. First 2 to claim. I'm going to call your names out. We're going to write it down, and you're going to get the items. Now, if you're not one of the first 2, it means you're not going to get the item. It's just how it goes. And you're always going to think you were first, but you're not. You're not. All right, first item on the board for my 2s. It's a $30 trading card of Ezekiel. Zeke. It's not Elias. That's Zeke. You want to grab one of my 2 and only 2 of these? Say sold Zeke $30. Sold Zeke $30. And right next to it, because it matches well, I got 2 brand new champ Jey Uso. He did it. He won the big one. Sold Jey Uso $40. So we're going to start off our 2s tonight with some trading cards. 2 Zekes for $30. 2 Jey Usos for $40. And again, with the way it works, guys, I go cheapest to most expensive. I got items going all the way up to $600 tonight. So get ready to check those out. Got one. All right, Michael Kowalski picked up one of my J's. I got 1 J left. I got 2 Zekes at 30. I got 1 J at 40 left. I'm going to pop one more trading card on here. Also, $40, brand new, to the Hall of Fame, none other than Lex Luger. All right, Tim Campbell has taken my last Jey Uso for $40. This is a 1991 WCW Lex Luger signed trading card. I've got 2 of these, $40 each. Brand new Hall of Fame. We're going to have some great Lex Luger Hall of Fame items over the next several weeks. We got some of his Ultimate signed. We got some of his Hall of Fame prints signed. You'll see those moving forward. All right, Michael Kowalski picking up one of my Lex. I got one Lex. I got 2 Zekes left. That's how this section works. I got 2 of them. First 2 to claim, and then they're gone. And that creates some more space for me to sell some more items. Speaking of more items, let me dig in my bucket and find some more of these. One Lex. No, Paul Leete picks up the Lex. That leaves me with 2 Zekes at 30. But I got to move on, guys. Got to move on. You know there's no Turbo Tuesday unless I put a Tori Wilson out. And this week's is a old school Tori. Her WCW Nitro Days. JSA Witness Certified. I only got 2 of these. Metallic Tori for $40. Dylan Beavers, you're in on Josh Barnett for $40. I think I have 6 of those left. 6 Josh Barnetts left. But I only have 2 Tories at $40. If you are a fan of old school Tory like I am, grab one of these now by saying sold Tory $40. Mikey Jr. picking up one of my 2. I got one more metallic Witness Certified Tory. Who's going to get it? I still got 2 Zekes. Nima Vaziri takes my last Tory. Tory is off the board. Off the board for Tory. All right, we're going to stick with some ladies because I know you love your ladies. $45 for an OnlyFans exclusive Mandy Sachs. Only 2 printed. Sold Mandy. $45. First 2 to claim. Sold Mandy. $45. Always a sellout, but we'll find out right now who's the fastest on the trigger. They're gone. I'm trying to find this last. Here it is. I did kind of jump the gun. Okay, so first 2 Mandys went to, looks like Sean Carter and Diego Perez.
Yep.
Sean Carter, Diego Perez. Only 2 to get that Mandy. But if you missed out on Mandy, let me go back. $40 for an 11x14 Harley Cameron Metallic. Holy cow. Sold Harley, $40. Only 2 of this shot. Sold Harley, $40. I know you like your Mandys. Every week I'll give you more Mandy, guys. Trust me. But right now I got Harley on the board for just $40 each. Harley's gone?
Yep.
Call them out, Tommy.
Scott Toth and Mike Siak.
All right, Harley's gone. If you like 11x14 ladies, you're going to love this one. I got 2 of this sky blue for $50. Metallic, Witness Certified, sky blue. Only 2. First to claim by saying sold, sky blue, $50. Let's go, guys. Sold, sky blue, $50. All right.
Satellite.
It's 50, 50, 50.
Oh, wrong price.
All right, Richard Howell first to get it right. Let's see if Via Satellite can recover in time or if someone else will take the last sky blue for $50. Sold sky blue. $50 goes to D-Balls. All right, next up, also $50. The #1 seller at the WrestleCon store, Tiffany Stratton. Close second was Jey Uso. Tiffany Stratton blew away all other talents in terms of sales. And I got 2 of this great shot, 11x14 metallic left. It's Tiffy time for $50. Sold Tiffy $50. Mike C. Who's going to get my last? Tiffy goes to Jeff Veshia. Thank you. It's gone. But if you like these ladies, I got them coming, guys. I got 2 of this 11x14 metallic. Ashley Sabera, Witness Certified. Again, also from her private page. With permission, we printed 2. Sold Ashley, $50, 11x14 metallic. First 2 to claim, Ashley Sabera. Feet and all. Scott Toth, first to claim. I got 1 of this shot left. goes to Joseph Gonzalez. All right, not quite as sexy pictured as the others, but it's art. It's Bailey, and I actually have 3. If you'd like to get an original Bailey signed, also signed by the artist Rob Schamberger, you can get one of these 11 by 14s tonight for just $60 by saying sold Bailey, $60. My final 3 Bailey Schambergers. Sold Bailey, $60. First 3 to claim. Daniel Bessel's picked up 1. 2 remaining. I'm real excited. You know, Matt Reed's going to be stopping by our office on Thursday.
Dang.
Did you know that?
Is he? He's not coming for my job, is he?
Maybe. Frank Cicero picked up 1. I got 1 Bailey left. $60. Who's going to get the last? Signed Bailey.
I mean, Michael, I know you're mad at me. Right
Signed
now,
by Rob Schamberger as well.
But come on, man. You can't replace me with Matt Reed. You can't do that.
I'm mad at everybody right now, to be quite honest with you. Everyone. A lot of work goes into these WrestleCon weekends to just not deliver for our fans. That comes getting the autographs right, making sure the items get to them quickly.
Did the merch store do all right?
The merch store did great. The merch store did great. All right, 1 remaining Bailey. I've got 2 Zeke cards for 30. That's so far. Oh, Bailey goes to Joe Zarate, so Bailey's gone. All right, we're having a good run, guys. 3 last a little longer. Let's see how long 3 Litas last. 3 witness certified signed Lita WWE magazines. $70 each. Sold Lita, $70. D-Balls. You were there. You saw the madness behind the scenes. You saw all the signings we did. We didn't get everything shipped out. That was my first real part of contention. Then we brought it all the way back here. We didn't unpack the truck till Monday, which means we just started shipping WrestleCon orders. That's my second order of contention.
High spots option,
And everyone
motherfucker.
now being sick and unavailable is my third bone of contention. Tough it up. You know how important this week is. All right, D-Ball's picked up 1 of my Litas. I got 2 left. Yeah, if you guys hit the merch store, thank you so much. We broke all merch store records.
Oh shit! For real?
For real.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Well, over a whole time, not a single day.
Okay.
Your ex-roommate is still part of that daily record.
Yeah, but that's fine. I broke a 4-day record, Michael. That's me.
That's true. You were there. Tommy was there.
I was the main guy.
Were you the main guy?
Yes.
Yeah, Marine. I thought Marine was the main. I thought Necro was the main. I thought Sleeves was the main.
I'm sorry. They worked the cash registers. Who's the one that sold all the merch?
You all did a great job. Yes, Tom got a bonus. Matter of fact, Tom was the first guy I paid, believe it or not.
Well, it's because I needed it to gamble. That's why he did it.
Tom was the first guy I paid. Because I knew he was going to ask me up. And I know how much he loves his gambling. So I didn't want him to miss out. And I thought, hey man, if I give him this now, maybe he could like triple it up and I'll get full credit for it. Tom, did you triple up all the money you gambled?
Okay, in all honesty, do you know how much money I lost in Vegas for the whole week we were there?
What?
$200.
That's not bad.
That's compared to the rest of the staff, that's very, very good.
That's not bad at all. All right, I got 2 Litas left. 2 Litas, 2 Zeke cards left for 30. We're going to move on, guys, because my time is dwindling. And, of course, you know we got more of this show to get to. Again, all these prices, they go up, up, up. My final 2 of this next shot goes for just $80. It's dual signed Kevin Nash, Dallas Page, Andy Asylum, 11 by 14. That's right. This is 11 by 14 metallic, Andy Asylum, dual sign picture. My last 2, just $80. $80. You're getting not only Kevin Nash, Diamond Dallas Page, Witness Cert, metallic, Asylum edit. It's got all the bells and whistles that you like. And tonight only my last 2 for $80 each. These had a good run, but they're gone when they're gone. All right, D-Balls. I don't know how you have any money left after Vegas, D-Balls. last one of these, and it's gone forever. DDP Kevin Nash, 11 by 14, $80. Witness certed. Lewis, I did not place a single bet the whole week.
That's kind of untrue.
No,
But
I gave you the money to make a bet. I did not personally make a single bet.
Come on, you got to tell that story. That was a good one.
That was a good story. I will tell you that. But this has to sell out for me to tell that story. Then I'll tell it. Last one. Diamond Dallas Page, Kevin Nash. My last 11 by 14 metallic edit. Witness certified. Done by Andy. Great run with it, but it's gone once I sell this last piece tonight. Let's go. Then I'll tell you my story. Which was a statistical improbability.
Oh, the fact that it happened was crazy. That was some craziness.
Crazy. All right, I'm going to pull it to the side. I guess I'll sit on the story. How's Nick's chest doing?
Forgot about that. Nick, how your chest feel?
All right. Speaking of last, these are my last two Hook figures. When they're gone, they're gone. I'm throwing in a metallic 11 by 14 just to move them. Right now, Hook, $85 for this bundle. Sold Hook 85. I got two and they're gone. No more left.
Wait, did you say 85?
85 and they're gone.
We sold the figure for 99.
85. You didn't check
and the
me.
artwork for 60.
Then when they're gone, they're gone. The last two Hook bundles. When they're gone, Tommy.
It's cheaper than the figure by itself.
I understand. And when it's gone, it's gone. And I only have two. You're getting the signed figure. It's got Beckett witness certed. We did these out in California, right?
Yeah, that was LA, I believe.
And the amazing artwork of Melanie Coleman. All right, D-Balls knows a deal. He knows a deal. I got one Hook package left.
Oh, Matt Reed.
Oh, Matt, it's not even... Oh, I see it now. Hey, Matt. He's in my home state right now.
Once again, he's not here to take my job, is he?
Hey, you didn't like the way I did that deal, Tommy? Was that too low for you? Was it 85 too low on Hook?
Yes, but
You're really not going to like this next deal then. How about this one? Is she on her way to WWE? I don't know. Now, these two, I got two left. They're missing the JSA cards. They are certed. They're JSA witness certed, but I don't have those damn cards. So to make up for it, I'm throwing in my last two Bloody Brit things. You're getting the Brit bundle tonight. Will she be showing up on your WWE television soon? Just $99. And then this one's gone.
So they're saving like $40 by buying this right now.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sorry.
And
$60.
And it's my last Brit Supremes. And I mean, I'm sure I can get more signed bloody pictures, but this is it. This is gone.
Matt Reed got one of them.
All right, I got one left for Brit, and then Andrew Oakley got one, so they're gone. Only two, guys. I only had two. So Matt Reed, Andrew Oakley, the two. Yeah,
You skipped 2 items.
I did.
Yep.
Well, it's the same price, so I didn't really skip one.
No, you skipped 1, 2, 3.
I don't have it up here.
Nash after Nash, and then
Where's the item?
I
Nick,
don't
Nick told me
think
he
you
put it
did.
up here, and I don't see it.
It was on the.
Where are they at, Nick?
It was right.
Nick, I put. No, Nick, don't say it was up here.
It was right there.
No, I never saw it up here, Nick.
it's 1, 2, 3.
I've got two Jeff Hardy Ultimates left. $99. When they're gone, they're gone. Sold Jeff Hardy $99. There's a killer item that I said, can you find the cards for? Put it in a case and put it on the set. And Nick told me he did it. I came up here. It was never on the set.
Gosh, I did it. I swear.
Oh, maybe they're with those Will Ospreay posters. Do we find those?
We did.
You did find them? They're on the truck,
Yeah.
or do we leave them here?
They were on the truck because we
Uh-huh.
bought them there.
Yeah.
Hardy's gone.
Hardy goes to Joe Fisher and Jill Valentine, right?
Yep.
All right, I got a lot of making up to do on Jill Valentine, so I'm glad she's getting it. All right. if Nick ever finds this figure that I told him to find for me, it was a killer figure. Only had 2.
It was real good, y'all.
He didn't want me to make money. He doesn't want me to make money. I'm trying to do it for Nick, but he's not helping me out here. Last one of these, and I'll tell the gambling story.
Clean off the sand.
Sold DDP Nash, $80. This is my last 11x14 metallic. I've got 2 Lita WWF magazines for $70. These are JSA Witness certified, and I have 2 Zeke Chronicles for $30. They're not in there. I can assure you that. I can assure you that. Once you go look back where you found the cards, maybe you found the cards, but you didn't actually bring them out here. Maybe that's it. All right, this may be the second to my last item unless Nick finds the other item I told him to find. I have 2 of these. And I'm not selling them cheap because you know why. Sting doesn't sign bats much anymore. And Hulk Hogan on a Sting bat almost never. Now you remember the historic feud between the two that involved the bat in WCW. But do you have a dual signed Sting Hulk Hogan bat? Well, only 2 of you can have it. Right there, it's JSA certed. You can have it, but it's not cheap, guys. $500. Because there's only 2. I think we did 3 of these in the world, and I sold 1 back in March for $500, and I got 2 remaining. Sold Sting Hulk bat. $500. They're all looking around for this one figure that I desperately wanted to put on tonight's show that Nick has lost like so many other items this week. It's why I lost my voice yelling at Nick. Everyone's very disappointed, Nick. They wanted that item. They don't even know what it is and they wanted that item.
It's good. It's a good item.
$500, but my most expensive item in my 2s.
You skipped an item. Another item.
I did?
Yeah, this thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that one. I'm not going to do it. There's 4 of them. There's 4 of those. I'm not doing a 4 and a 2. My last item tonight is my WrestleMania figure bundle. Now, tonight, you're going to get a chance. There's only 2 of these for $600. $600. I'm going to give you 10 elite figures of people that participated in this year's WrestleMania. Now, I said participated. I didn't say wrestled. I said participated. You ready? First 2 to say sold Mania $600 gets it. Only 2. Hopefully we'll be able to sell it out before I show them all. But here we go. The first of 10. Now known as Gunther. His very first elite figure was known as Walter. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
It was the 6 figure.
Well, you had 2 of these.
Not selling those tonight. Actually, it'd be a good item to put on my 2s next week, though, if you want to put them on my 2 shelf. If you have the coupon. Now, do I get Matt Reed to jump in right away, or is Matt going to take a wait-and-see approach? All right, Matt bought it. So I got 1 left, and I'm going to reveal him. Matt's got it, but who will get the other one? Ready? The other one, a Top Picks Elite Finn Balor. The next one, a WrestleMania AJ Styles.
Inscribed.
Ooh, inscribed WrestleMania 36.
And Al Seebacher got the second one.
Al Seebacher. Do you guys want to see it? Because there's only 2. I can't sell anymore. Al and Matt, do you want to see the rest? Or do you want to be surprised? Your call.
I think it's a pretty good surprise.
Well, while you're thinking about it, I'll show you a few more.
Oh my gosh.
You know I like to save the best for last, so maybe they'll wait. How about Bianca Belair back when she used to do inscriptions? EST of WWE.
Only Matt and Al can pick if we show them.
How about Randy Orton.
Al says sure, and Matt says yes.
Randy Orton Elite, 78. Rhea Ripley, 84. How about Damian Priest? That's 7 of the 10. How about Seth Rollins? Now, $600.
Michael, we haven't even shown that Seth figure before.
We haven't?
No.
Hey, you found them. They weren't on the table, huh?
It was cleaned off the set. So they were on the table.
Who cleaned it off? Who cleans around here? Stop it. That's how I know you're lying. Who cleans around here?
I did.
All right, so we're going to have one more item in the twos coming up. But right now, so this is $600.
We
So
seriously haven't shown that Seth before, Michael.
so this is like a $99 figure, right?
Yeah, we haven't even shown it.
80, 100, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. So we're already over 600. We established that, right? Everyone agree we're over 600 in value. Let's go. Next one. How about Shawn Michaels? He was there.
Okay, that's enough.
He was there. Shawn was there.
Okay, he was
He
there.
made an appearance. I didn't say wrestled.
That's enough figures, Michael.
So that's 9. Last one in the set. How about, what did you say?
What?
Steve Austin Elite. That's right. Steve Austin Elite.
Even Steak scoffed at you for this one.
How about that? That's a reward for jumping on early. No, I don't have a third set for someone else that now gets to see it. Only those 2. Only those 2. I don't think that Damian Priest is a basic, guys. That's what it says elite. So there we go. All right. Glad I had 2 people trusting us. I knew Matt Reed's good for the trust, but Al Seebacher stepped up there. He said, I thought it was a turnbuckle. All right, so there's the 2 elite packages. They're gone. All right, guys, so you know, I actually got one more item now that he found it. I got one more item in my 2s, and I'm going to have to go backwards because obviously it's not more expensive than the 600. What? This one's going to go quick. We didn't have enough of these to sell. I've got 2 of the 6 figures. I did not have enough to sell them there. He put NWO for Life 6. They're in a case. Before we go to the wheel spin, $85 for these 2 6 figures. Sold 6, $85. You can do the wheel spin if you want, but sold 6, $85. I only have 2 of these. Sold 6, $85. All right, the wheel spin. Do you know where this?
Where's the wheel?
Where's the wheel? Where's the wheel? You had the wheel last.
No, I didn't.
Are you serious?
Check under that table right there in front of you.
Under here?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's under. Oh, 6 is gone.
6 goes to Sean Lowry and Alan Rodak. Can you write those names down for me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so I'm going to get rid of this. Is Frankie Love watching? Should I just put these out right now just to show him? We have 5 of these left. What? No?
No, show them, but what's on, or what price?
$40. That's what we sold them for in the store. Sold WrestleCon turnbuckle, $40. I had 5 of these left. These were sold for the purpose of getting signed there. If you want to get one, Frankie, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. WrestleCon Las Vegas turnbuckle pads. Just have the logo. There you go. 5 left. If you want to grab one, say sold. WrestleCon turnbuckles, $40. All right, but right now we're at this point in the show. Everybody loves the wheel spin. Weeks and weeks and weeks ago, what was it? What did it land on?
Tony Storm poster.
Tony Storm poster. And so what I had to do is replace that spot. So tonight I replaced it with a Jeff Hardy art print, right? Is it two parts actually?
No,
It's one part. Jeff, so but is it not two sides?
no,
It's one big art print?
yeah. It's one 11 by 14 art print.
Okay, Jeff Hardy 11 by 14 art print.
Hang on, damn it, Michael.
What?
All right, Frankie Love,
Yeah.
Josh Flynn,
Okay.
Jason Kenny, Ian Brown, all got the turnbuckle pat, and Al Seebacher, so you're sold out.
All right. There you go. If we need to make one more, I can, but is that the right height? Because that's a lower.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good enough? All right, back to the wheel spin. Guys, so we replaced that. So the Jeff Hardy artwork, still the Bianca Belair Elite figure, which you actually just saw in that package. 2 signed FTC figures. 3 pictures of some lovely ladies, including Indy Hartwell, the new TNA star, Mickey James, Tori Wilson. You're getting 3 of those. A Dustin Rhodes AEW figure, Kenny Omega, Schamberger, full size, Kurt Angle Funko, the Hook Metallic, which you also just saw. I just gave it away. 2 signed Schamberger promos, 11 by 14. The Michael Mystery Bag, the AJ Styles Elite, or the ringside exclusive Jay White figure. Any of those could hit. Only one wheel tonight for $50. Let me go back to the wheel spin. So the wheel spin started with Joel Gavin, went to Harold Kelly, Chris Cohn, PD2 Heedy, Nima Vaziri, Al Seebacher, Matt Reed, Michael Masters, Garrett Haynes, Thomas Nichols. All right, last chance to get in on the wheel spin. And then I got a couple of auction items to end tonight, and then we'll go home. Last look at the wheel spin. One of those prizes, and of course, if you don't like the prize, you can turn it in for 50 DVDs anytime you want. All right, end that wheel spin, Tommy. Let me give it a spin. Let's get to the auction items tonight. I know people are excited about auctions. So, as soon as I hear sold, I'll give it a spin. It's about time to land on that grand prize. All right, here we go. It's from a different height. Maybe we have a better chance tonight. It's a little lower platform than normal. It lands on...
Oh!
Very close.
Which one is that? Everyone's getting an AJ Styles Elite.
We didn't hit the... We still didn't hit the big grand prize?
Like, it was, if you would spin it just, yeah.
All right. There we go. AJ Styles Elite for just $50 for everybody who played tonight. So, still a hell of a deal, but we did not, once again, hit that grand prize. So, that is the elusive grand prize. That is way overdue. Just real quick before I move on. 2 Zekes at 30. 2 Lita magazines at 70. 1 dual signed Nash Hall Metallic 11 by 14 at 80. I still have the big rubber guy Harley Race for 60. It's 1 of 500. It was a WrestleCon Las Vegas exclusive. I still have an X-Pac signed Funko from 3 weeks ago. All those items still remaining. All right. And of course, one of the main items tonight was Hell in Boots, the brand new hardback book release from Saraya, who was one of our guests over at WrestleCon Las Vegas on that Thursday. She signed the book right there with JSA witness certification, not a book plate. So you can get that for $40 anytime by saying sold Saraya, $40. All right, I only have a couple of auction items tonight, and I don't think I need to put any. I don't think I need to put any reserves, right?
No, you do, because you know how expensive that is.
No, we don't need to put a reserve on this. This should go for $3 to $350, right?
Like, Michael, that's $300. Like, just...
Let's start it out at $5. $5 for my one and only signed Sting and Lex. You say we paid $50 for the actual thing, but that doesn't matter. There's JSA witness certification on the side. Sting and Lex, dual side Funko. I got one. Let's start it out at $5 tonight. Let's go. Guys, this time is also a great time if you have any questions to ask me about WrestleCon, about high spots, about life, about sports. Great time to ask me because I have time between the auctions as the clock rolls on. Brian Beasley starting us out at $100. Jeremy Anderson immediately taking us to $200. $200. So Jeremy Anderson strikes big. Let's see if anyone catches up to Jeremy Anderson, or if $200 is an early arrow in the heart of all others. If it didn't go for $200, I would have been upset. Those are the new JSA stickers, guys. They have a QR code, which means you scan it there, you put the number in, you don't have to deal with these stupid coupons anymore. As soon as we get rid of those coupons forever, life improves. Do stairs go up or down? Lewis, both. Both. How much for you to chop Nick again? I would do it for free, Daniel. I think Nick probably wants $20 though. We have a video of that. I got a video of me chopping him real good, and he did say that my chop hurt more than any other chops. So, we got about 60 Bloody Harleys, rare referee. We sold at least half of them tonight. So, what was the highlight of WrestleCon for you, Adam Clemens?
Spending time with Tommy, obviously.
Well, two of my friends got married on Sunday night, and I feel like I was responsible for that. So that might have been a highlight that you don't think of. All right, Jeremy Anderson, $200, holding strong. You are the winner. Congratulations. Nobody sniped you tonight. All right, next up, I have... Where's that? Hold on, right here. We had 3 of these actually, so I'm going to auction one. This is a turnbuckle off the ring from the Super Show. Now, Zack Sabre Jr., Bad Boy Tito, and Shane Haste are up here. HSRO, Ojmo, and who was their tag partner? Crap, I can't remember. Huh?
Butterbean?
No, Butterbean was not their 6-man tag team partner. Bahari, you watching? Who was the other man in there? Oh, was that Flip Gordon? And then Mickey James signed it right there. So the only other one I didn't get was Maki Ito, and then I could have maybe done Minoru's. Anyways, I got a very proud moment. Speaking of proud moments from WrestleCon, Dave Meltzer gave one of the matches I booked the worst match in the history of wrestling. That's right, Butterbean versus Minoru Suzuki. He gave it the worst match he's ever seen rating. And hey, listen, if you can't be the best, you might as well be the worst, right? All right, Jaron Tromley picked up one of those Harley Race. Right now, this ring-used turnbuckle pad, I'm going to start it off for $5. So someone, I sold these for $200 in the store, and I have 3 left. So you do the math. Someone, start us out at $5. Let's see where it ends up. If you like ring-used turnbuckle pads, this is your chance.
Michael, can I tell you something, though, about what Dave said about that match?
What do you say?
Well, it wasn't specifically what he said, but most of the comments under it were like, hey, who gives a crap that it was a terrible match? The fact that Butterbean actually participated in a wrestling match after not being able to walk more than a year ago.
And that was the point of it. They're shooting a documentary, and this was supposed to be the conclusion of the documentary. So the fact that WrestleCon is going to be included on a piece that probably is going to end up on Netflix, all I'll say this is, Dave Meltzer, go to hell. I don't care. Don't care. No, it's fine. I like Dave. We gave him free tickets. All right, here we go. Is the auction on? It's on. We had a $5 start, and it's gone up from there. Brian Beasley 75. Is now up to 50. Jordan Owens went to 55. Adam Clemens went to 70. Frankie Love went to 75. Jordan Owens up in 80 and in the lead. Vinny Cardenas, check with me maybe next week. That was another item. I wanted to make sure that we had enough, so I didn't want to grab it. All the items I grabbed tonight, I have 100% confidence that we didn't sell out from the pre-orders. I can't say that about everything else because we're still pulling items, and it's a mess. All right, Adam Clemens in at $100. Frankie Love, I need 105 or higher. 105 or higher. All right, Brian Beasley, I'm still waiting for an out from you. Chris Spaghetti and Meatballs, yes, I'm almost ready. I got 10 seconds left on this auction. Brian Beasley at 110. Almost ready to share New Jersey WrestleCon details. But I got 5. Frankie Love, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Al Seebacher. Oh my gosh. Brian Beasley at 140. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Tell you what I'm going to do. Al Seebacher was the winner, right?
Yeah.
Brian and Frankie. I got 2 more. I'll give them to you at $125 apiece. I got 3 of them. You're my 3 best turnbuckle guys. You are inevitably the ones that should end up with them. So if you want them for $125, I'll give them to you and you only. But Al Seebacher, you won yours for sure. All right, next up, I've got a Saraya book. Now you could buy this for $40 with a Saraya signature. Or you may have seen him walking around the building. He came to say hello to a few friends, none other than Kevin Owens, who happened to sign 3 books, 2 of which we put into superfan packages, and 1 right here that I'm auctioning for you, where he wrote, "This book rules, even if I'm not in it, Kevin Owens KO." So this is the only one that I will have for you to buy. If you're a super fan, 2 of you got one just like this, or close to it, with Kevin's signature. But right now, if you want to bid on this, basically 1 of 1, you can do so by saying bid $5 for the book, and we'll see where it ends. Bid $5 for the book, and we'll see where it ends. And guys, if you have more questions to ask me, please do so now. New Jersey WrestleCon details, maybe as early as Friday. I really, really, really want to just get everything finished and closed up from Vegas before I mentally move on. All right, Jordan Owens starting us out at $5. Joe Fisher taking us up to $75. We got 90 seconds on this clock. When did you stop saying we signed it live after every item on Sign It Live? Did I used to do that? I don't remember. Daniel Bessel's up to $100. $100 on the book to Daniel Bessel's, D-Balls. We actually had Saraya, Kevin Owens, and Steve Austin literally in a room together at our event. $100 to D-Balls. Will I get 105? Matt Carroll. I hope so. I'm working on Takeshita. Sean, we've done Godfather before, so unless there's a reason to bring him back, probably not. He'll need a figure or something. Jill, you and me both. Not our strongest hour by any means. Yes, Mike, we will have the Hardy Boys in studio probably sometime this summer. There will be mail-ins for Sting in August. Charlene, for sure. I got 20 seconds left on this book that Daniel Bessels is winning at $100. Who has a new Target figure that just dropped? Godfather does? Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. D-Balls. You're the winner of this book. Congratulations. All right, I got one more item tonight. One more item. And, of course, you're going to see a lot of these tomorrow on Last Call. If you're a fan of these big placards, these are the actual placards that hung behind the talent in Vegas. This one happened to hang around WrestleMania superstar Joe Hendry. If you believe, you can buy this one right now. This will have a high spot certification because we got these done late. But this is a wall piece for you. If you're a fan of Joe Hendry, you're going to want this. You're going to want this one. Michael... Oh. What? Abdullah has a new figure?
I'm looking them up right now. I just saw the Godfather one.
If you're in New Jersey, WrestleCon, I will tell you Abdullah the Butcher is planning to be there. That's a drop. That's an exclusive drop. Sting has a new figure at Target. All right, I'll have to check that out. Joe Hendry, Magnus Leisure, starting us out at $60. So we'll see where it goes. I got one of these.
They're in those. They're the WWE Legends figures with kind of like almost like the triangle window.
Yep.
Almost.
Yep. Which ones are they?
I see Kurt and I see Godfather, and then they said Carlito as well.
Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, Michael Masters taking us up to $100, which means he'll get free shipping on this.
Oh, it's the old Carlito look too, not the new Judgment Day.
Oh.
But old school Carlito.
John Stoodle, I did. I've already revealed Osprey, Sting,
This weekend.
and Abdullah to you.
He was hanging out with Nasty Leroy of all people.
Those are the 3 reveals that you are heard first. Sting, Abdullah, and Osprey in for New Jersey WrestleCon. There's lots more, but those are the only 3 I'm willing to part with right now.
I'm looking.
You're asking what size this is? This is like a 24 by 36. It's huge. Huge.
Amanda's going to be pissed that she has to ship those.
That's fine. Amanda's going to have to make up a lot to me. Did Michael Masters get in or did Magnus Leisure get in?
Magnus Leisure.
All right, Magnus Leisure 105. Chris Spaghetti and Meatballs, I have a Abdullah Zombie Sailor figure. Are you sure? I have one.
He's got a new one coming out. I can't remember who.
It's a new one?
Yeah, it looks like an elite, but it's not from WWE.
Will it be out by August? All right. So who won at what time? Because the bids are still coming in, but we've closed this up.
We didn't see. We saw what Michael Magnus Leisure.
I have Magnus Leisure at 105.
All right. 105. All right. Any more questions before we call it a night? Early by my standards.
So just a heads up, Abdullah has a Heels and Faces figure
Uh-huh.
that is already sold out. It hasn't even been released yet, and it's already sold out.
Well, we have 36 of them. It's out.
Oh, and then,
Different version.
He's saying that there's a bigger Abdullah figure.
yeah, it's called the Pinnacle Collection, Series 1 from Zombie Sailor Toys.
Uh-huh.
They just have mock-ups of it, but they have not shown, I don't see the package.
I don't know. All right, guys. What did I trade? No, guys. Here it is. Last look at some of the stars of tonight. The Big Rubber Guy WrestleCon exclusive. That was $60. $60. The Great Muta Ultimate. $109. And Nick.
Yeah!
Nick. We'll do a quick count on this. Nick. Where's this at?
I like how he just left. Like, he just really just left. Like, we're still on the air. We still have 5 minutes left. He just walked out the studio. Like, what is he doing?
Last item I'm going to show you tonight because
Michael, I don't know if we have enough.
Nick says we do. 109 for this Hollywood ending, dual signed, dual inscribed, full signature from both. 109. Timeless Tony Storm, Mariah May. I don't know. We're saying he says we have them. Nick's never been wrong.
Oh, so Zombie Sailor also did almost like a Big Rubber Guy figure of Abdullah,
Yeah.
but it has already sold out and hasn't been released yet.
Nice. All right, Josh Madison picked up one of those Mutas. Joey Evans picked up 2 of the X-Pac Funkos for $80. Brandon Stark picked up a Muta. Rare Referee picked up a Harley. PD2 Heedy picked up a Tony in May. Daniel Bessels picked up a Harley. These were probably the 3 biggest sellers tonight. Is that right?
Apparently, the Big Rubber Guy on Harley goes for $275 on eBay.
Awesome. Nope, didn't tell the gambling story. We didn't sell that out. Sorry, Lewis. All right. Ahead of schedule. 3 minutes to spare. I don't see any more questions. So, guys, I will encourage you guys. First of all, once again, I want to thank a couple of you very much for showing some patience related to the WrestleCon. We fucked up. We fucked up. Can't say another way around it. I take notice of it. I will make sure I reevaluate our process to do better. If you have not gotten a tracking number from your WrestleCon items, don't be surprised because most of them have not gone out. About 150 to 200 will go out tonight, and I'm hoping about another 150, 200 tomorrow. And my goal is by the end of Friday to have everyone's WrestleCon order shipped. There are going to be some issues, so you might be contacted about refunds, things that were missed. I'm sorry. Like I said, we fucked up. Nothing else we can do. But I hope you still trust us enough to come back tomorrow for tomorrow for One of One, hosted by amigo Josh, who very rarely gets to host anymore, so I know he gets upset. And of course, Speedball Mike Bailey will be our guest in studio, Silent Live, this Thursday at 5 p.m., followed up by VGT. Tommy's going to basically have first rights to just about everything by Thursday night. We should know what we have left, so it should be a solid show. I could put it together in my head for him right now,
Yes, please.
and he should be able to do, a huge show just for him.
I'll be busy pulling orders.
And I see Bruno picking up a Harley.
5 of them.
Did the Hardy Boys ROH figures get signed? Yes, Vinny, but I got to make sure we had enough for orders. Michael Kowalski got the Muda. All right, I think that's about everything. If I missed it, it probably will get picked up in statements. And one final thing I want to say, because a lot of you have reached out to me. Today is, in fact, and I got a text today from Dylan. Thank you, Dylan. Today is actually the 2-year anniversary of my wife's passing from cancer. It was actually 2 years ago today that she passed. And time has gone by quick, but I want to thank everyone who's been part of my support system, and keep your prayers in mind for both, not myself, I'm doing fine, but for her mother and father who are still struggling mightily. I can't believe it's been 2 years, Kristen. But see everybody tomorrow, 101, 6 p.m.